there was in northern Greece, there was an area in which there was a village, and in that village, the name of the village was um. Sir, I think the name of the village was, I don't remember the name, but then there was a shepherd boy who was one named Magnus, who was taking his sheep out for a walk, and suddenly his stake, which had a magnetic end, was stuck to a rock, and he had to pull hard to get his stick back, otherwise it was just stuck to it. And so after the name of the shepherd, they named it magnetite, and it is also called as leading stone or lodestone because it tells north south, and if we know north south, then we can automatically know east and west.
Very good. So that is story behind it. So before going to start today's session, so let me start variety today. So I'm going to give one video for you first, and after that we'll start our session. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Magnetic forces have been known about for a very long time. According to Greek legend, magnetism was first discovered.
Right. So maybe you understood how magnet was invented and what are the uses of it, how they used it. And just now Pragya said that will be used to find out the north and south direction. So like that. So north and south direction, whatever are there, first was discovered by Chinese people. And that will be used for sailing in the boat to find out the direction. So you know about many things related to the magnets, and let us discuss them one by one. Okay? Neha, tell me. So wait for a minute and we'll start.
You are now. No, sir, I wasn't able to hear you for a while. Did you tell something?
I played one video and
Yes, sir, I saw that. After that,
I said about that only, how it was invented and what was there in that particular video. That only I mentioned.
okay, sir.
Right, 1 minute. I will start. Right. So today's topic will be fun with the magnets. Okay. And just now you observed about how magnets were invented and how they was used by Chinese people. So let me join through my mobile, and after that I will start. Right. So fun with the magnets, session 1. And maybe you know that what is a magnet, and just now you said magnet is a substance which will have the property of attracting some metals like iron, cobalt, nickel, and many others who can be attracted by the magnets. And what are the properties of them and how to use them, and what will make a magnet to attract other substances. So those things we are going to discuss today. So first one is we are going to learn about properties of magnet. And just now you observed about how magnet was invented. So magnet generally was invented in the very ancient days, 4,000 years ago, and that is in a some village called some city or some place called Magnesia by a shepherd. And while he is walking on the hill area, so he is taking one stick which is having some iron, and when he walking on that particular hill, some stone was attracted it, and thereby he invented about that particular magnet. So that's what we observed in this particular video, or else so many other stories are also there. The famous story will be related to the shepherd only, and apart from that, one more some story is also there for the invention of a magnet, that is about sailing of a ship. So that story is not familiar, but this story is familiar. So that's why we generally used to learn about or listen about that particular invention only. Okay, so let it be. But whatever the magnet was discovered by this shepherd is nothing but a natural magnet. And whatever the stone which is attracting it will be called magnetite. So just now she said magnetite is a ore of iron. By using that magnetite, we can prepare iron also, but it is a natural magnet. And maybe you know that natural magnets will be there, artificial magnets also will be there. Artificial magnets means what?
Man-made magnets.
Very good. Man-made magnets will be called artificial magnets, and natural magnet means
Only nature itself.
right. So magnets,
Not having like the property of attraction.
right. So magnets which are found in nature, like lodestone. Just now she said leading stone or lodestone. It will be called, and it will be called magnetite also. And that is example for a natural magnet. It may be natural magnet or artificial magnet, whatever it may be. Generally, that magnet will have some properties, and those properties we are going to discuss today. And before going to learn about that particular thing, what properties will be there for a magnet, I want to explain something related to the magnet, why it will exhibit that kind of a magnetic property. And generally, you know that any magnetic substance means generally you take one metal, and in any metal, what will be there actually? Atoms will be there. Atoms or molecules will be there generally. Atoms are what will be there?
Molecule.
Will be there. Maybe you know that the group of atoms only will be called molecules.
Yes,
And
sir.
the smallest part will be called atom.
Atom.
And
Sir,
in an
is molecule the smallest part and atoms are made up of molecules? Oh, so sir, atoms are the smallest and molecules are made from atoms.
yeah, atom is the smallest portion of a substance which you can't divide it further. That will be called an atom. And group of atoms will be called molecule. Okay. Now, if you take suppose hydrogen element will be there, only H2 will be there. Whenever you are writing H2, it means that two atoms of hydrogen will make one molecule.
Will form a molecule.
This is a molecular form. And if it is single, then you say it is an atom.
It is an atom.
Okay. Now suppose if you take H2O, this is also a molecule, two hydrogen atoms and one
Oxygen.
atom combines and they will form a molecule. So let it be, either it may be molecule or an atom. So as it is the smallest part is the atom, so let us discuss about it. And tell me what will be there in an atom generally.
Sir, atom, what will be there in an atom?
Yeah. There would be like maybe electrons, protons, and neutrons.
Very good. Atom consists of electrons, protons.
And neutrons.
Sir, but you said that atoms are the smallest unit and we can divide atoms further, but then electrons, protons, and neutrons, we are dividing it further. Then why do we see that?
Divided. The
Right.
atoms contains of these things.
Okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
the atom is also made of something, right? So we can conclude that there's something even smaller than atoms. So it's like something is even smaller than atoms. So aren't
Right. Smaller than the atom, whatever is there, that will be called particle. It is not an atom. Electron is one particle, which is called fundamental particle. Proton is a fundamental particle. Neutron is a fundamental particle, which is very small in size when you compare with an atom. But you have to understand like this. Even though we are saying that an atom is a indivisible part of a substance, but in that particular atom only some substructure they found. What is the structure of an atom, how it will be, and in that structure of an atom, electron, proton, neutron will be. Okay. And lesser than atom also will be there, which are particles only. And those group of particles, whatever are there, electron, proton, neutron, they will make one atom which is indivisible. And after that only molecules will form, a substance will form, like that. So your question is good. When we are saying that an atom is indivisible, how electron, proton, neutron will be there? So generally, atom is nothing but in definition we give that it is indivisible. Actually, it is indivisible only, but in that particular atom, what will be there? Some substructure will be there. It will be made up of something, and that is nothing but electron, proton, and neutron. Now tell me, what is an electron?
Electron is a
Electron is
negative.
also known as positive charges, and they give out positive charges.
Electron is a negatively charged particle.
One by one. Give me answers one by one. So
Sir, an electron is a positively charged particle.
positively charged particle. Okay.
Can I?
Now tell me.
Electron is a negatively charged particle.
Right, negatively charged particle. That's it. You have to say like this. It is a fundamental particle which has negative charge. Fundamental. Why I am saying fundamental? Because with the electron, proton, neutron only atom will be made. And if you see about a big substance, and in a substance definitely small atom will be, and in that atom electron will be. If electron is not there, we can't imagine an atom. So that's why we are saying that it is a fundamental particle. So fundamental particle which has negative charge. And tell me, negative charge will be there. Tell me where this electron will be in an atom.
Sir, these negative charge particles will be on the outer skirts of the atom, and they revolve around electrons. And the negative charged particles, they revolve around the other two particles, protons and neutrons.
Sir,
Okay.
actually, can I add something to Pragya's point?
Okay, tell me.
Actually, why they only like electrons revolve around, because protons and neutrons cannot move. They are fixed inside it, and these electrons move around like in the edges, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me clarify whatever you said. So negatively charged particles, which are nothing but electrons, will revolve in a circular orbit around nucleus, isn't it? And maybe you know that in your higher classes, you will learn why electron will revolve in a circular orbit only, why proton will not be there in a nucleus. We are saying that in a nucleus, proton will be, and around the nucleus, electrons will revolve in a various circular orbits. Okay. Now, tell me.
Sir, actually, they revolve around nucleus, and this nucleus is made up of, like, is it made up of protons or neutrons?
Okay, now let me draw here. Actually, centrally, nucleus will be there, and in this, protons and neutrons will be there, and around it, electrons will move in a circular orbits like this. Proton and neutron will be there inside of the nucleus, which is almost all stable. It will not move. So some type of motion will be there for this nucleus also, that I am going to explain now. But before that, let us understand about this fundamental particle. Proton is what? Positively charged particle.
Positively charged particle.
Right, which will be there in a nucleus. And what is a neutron?
Neutron is like neither positive nor negative.
Right, no charged particle.
Yeah.
So no charged particle will be called neutron actually. So which will not give any charge actually. Right. Now here proton will be there inside of a nucleus, and electrons will revolve around the nucleus in a circular orbit. And maybe you know that. Have you learned about current?
Yes, sir, we have learned about current.
We have learned about currents in physics only.
Okay. Now tell me, current is due to what?
Excuse me, sir.
Actually, there is a great background noise, so I can't hear you.
Sir, is it audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, we have other students also, Anjali, Fawaz, and Ridhima. Just make them participate by answer.
Okay. So they are in listening mode only, no? Okay, I'll
No,
ask.
if you ask the question, probably they might answer them. Neha
Okay.
and Pragna are already active students. Just others also make them participate.
Okay, sir. And one more, Ridhima, I asked her many times. Previously also I asked her, but she is not giving answer. Once you please pursue her once.
I'll contact her later on. Just continue with the class, but make sure you make the participant also.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. Right. Right. So protons will be there inside of a nucleus, and electrons will revolve in a circular orbit. And just now I said, what is a current? Generally, current is nothing but current will be made up of flow of electron. Now here an electron is there in an atom, which generally rotates around the nucleus. That means electron is moving here. When electron is moving, definitely some current must be there. And if some current is there due to motion of this electron, definitely you know that whenever a current is passing through it, it will exhibit some other property also, and that property is nothing but magnetic property. So because of motion of an electron which is there in an atom, what property will be there for every atom? Magnetic property will be there for every atom. So every atom inside of a metal or inside of any substance will act like a tiny magnet, very small magnet.
Sir, since we are talking about electricity and a bit of magnets, more of magnets and less of electricity, then I actually did an experiment. Can I show it to you, sir?
Experiment.
Sir, actually, when I was studying this chapter in my school, then I made this, so I wanted to show it to you too.
In YouTube, it is there.
No, sir. In my school, I learned about magnets, and that is when my teacher told me about electricity and magnets connecting with each other. So that is why I created this project.
Okay. So if you want to show, I don't know whether access will be there or not. To ask sir.
You want to show your screen to all the students, to other your friends?
Sir, I can just share my video.
You want to show your video?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it possible, sir?
Yeah. Can you send your video to the faculty or to me, Pragna?
No, sir, not like a YouTube video, something like my virtual video in the class only.
Okay. Okay, Pragna, I have given you the presenter access. So can you able to see the plus screen on your middle of the page?
No, sir, I didn't mean to be like the video. I mean to show it in my own video.
Oh, on your webcam. Okay. 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 So she is showing her project through the webcam.
Okay.
You can make your her screen as a full screen, and you can view her project.
Sir, are you able to see it?
1 minute.
Pragya, actually, your webcam is stuck.
I don't know if it's stuck or not. I'm just trying to make it work at the moment. Sir, is it visible now?
1 minute. 1 minute. Wait for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Pragya, what Neha was explaining you that your webcam got stuck. You need to close your webcam and open it once again. Then only we can able to do.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I created this about electromagnetism, and as soon as I turn the switch on and twist it just a little bit like this, it will start moving on its own. It doesn't move much. As you can see, it just moves like this when I move it for a long time because the battery power is low at the moment. So it doesn't spin much, but it does spin a bit on its own.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Good. So you made one project related to the electricity, and it is actually related to the electricity, and even with a magnet also. We can do many projects like that. So later on, I will give I will ask you to make projects based on our studies. So hope we'll do better. Okay.
Is
Sure.
that project based on this simple pendulum or something?
No,
I
sir.
thought-
It is based on electricity and magnetism, sir.
No, actually, okay. I can see a ring which is moving off above the magnet. I thought so.
Magnet is there. Down magnet is there. Pragya, once you show that clearly.
Yes, it's a neodymium magnet. It's one of the strongest magnets there is. So that makes it goes round and round.
Sorry. Right. Show me again, Pragya, what you want to show. Right. Okay. What about you, Neha? What do you want to show?
Sir, I actually have nothing to show because I know to do project, but I doesn't here no magnets are available.
Okay. Right.
Okay, good, Pragya.
Right.
Yeah, Pragya and Neha, you can close your webcams.
Okay.